whispers in the walls when Carla and Miguel bought their dream home, a sprawling 19th century fixer-upper in a remote countryside. They felt like they'd struck gold. Sure, the place needed work, but it had charm. The locals, however, gave them strange looks when they mentioned where they were moving. One older woman even muttered, "Not all walls are meant to hold secrets." Carla shrugged it off as small-town superstition. Miguel laughed, saying, "We're living in a ghost story, babe." But neither was laughing a week later when the whispers began. At first, it was subtle. Carla would be working on repainting a room when she'd hear her name soft, almost imperceptible, but unmistakable. Carla. The voice was faint, coming from nowhere and everywhere at once. She chalked it up to exhaustion and didn't tell Miguel. But then Miguel heard it too. Late one night, as he was fixing a pipe in the basement, he froze. A voice low and raspy murmured in his ear. "Get out." He turned, expecting to see Carla, but he was alone. The whispers escalated. They came at all hours, growing louder and more frequent. Sometimes they were cries for help, other times mocking laughter. Worst of all, they often came from behind the walls, as if something or someone was trapped inside. One night, Carla couldn't take it anymore. "We're calling someone. A priest, a psychic, I don't care, but I'm done with this," she yelled. As if in response, the lights flickered, and a deafening thud shook the house. The couple decided to investigate. With flashlights in hand, they pried open a section of the wall in the hallway where the whispers seemed loudest. Inside, they found something that turned their stomachs. Dozens of small, rusted bells hanging from wires, hidden in the structure. "What the hell is this?" Miguel asked, horrified. Carla's phone buzzed with a message from the realtor. She had reached out earlier, demanding more information about the house's history. The reply was brief and chilling. The house was once a convent. The bells were part of a punishment ritual to silence disobedient nuns. Many died during the process. We didn't know they were still there. The couple realized the whispers were not random. They were the voices of those who had died in agony, trapped within the very walls of their home. But knowing the truth didn't stop the haunting, it made it worse. That night, as they slept, the whispers turned into screams. The walls seemed to groan, and shadows spilled out like liquid, crawling across the floor. Carla woke to find Miguel standing in the hallway, his eyes wide and unblinking. "They want you to listen," he said in a voice that wasn't his. She tried to pull him away, but the shadows surged, pinning her against the wall. Faces, dozens of them, pressed against the surface, screaming silently. Desperate, Carla grabbed a hammer and began smashing the walls, hoping to destroy the bells. The house roared in protest, but as each bell shattered, the voices quieted one by one. Finally, the house fell silent. Carla dropped the hammer and turned to Miguel, who was slumped on the floor, gasping for air. They left the house that night and never returned. A month later, the property was condemned, deemed unsafe for habitation. But locals say that if you stand outside the house on a quiet night, you can still hear faint whispers calling out from the walls, begging to be heard.